show you how quickly this shifts. Hi, I'm back. I'm in the 911. You know what that means? That means more 911 trivia. It seems like people really enjoy these 911 trivia videos, so I'm gonna do another one today. And today, I'm actually gonna be in the car because the trivia is going to focus on the PDK transmission and some of the interesting things that the PDK transmission does that you can't do in a manual. Now, I'm not gonna get into a debate about manual transmissions versus PDKs. I bought the PDK because this is my daily driver. I spent some time sitting in traffic. It was just a super versatile transmission for what I needed. And I have other manual transmission cars, so in my daily driver, I wanted something that I could just easily hop in and drive, and that my wife could occasionally drive when I need her SUV. So today, let's talk about some of the interesting quirks and features of the PDK transmission in a 911. So one thing that you can do with the PDK transmission is in any gear, you can pop it into neutral by pulling both paddles. Let me show you how to do that. Just pull both paddles here, and then you gotta let off the gas or the RPMs will increase, and you can see the little gear indicator in the middle has gone blank. And to put it back into gear, you just pull a paddle, and it goes right back into the gear you were in. Once again, pull both paddles, goes into neutral. You can free rev it if you want to entice somebody to race, and then you can grab either paddle and it'll go right back into gear. Now, one of the things that was mentioned in the Rennlist thread that I have not been able to replicate is that it says if you're in 7th gear and you pull the up paddle, it'll go into neutral. But let's try that. Definitely not going into neutral. So whoever posted that on Rennlist, I'm sorry to debunk this, but the only way that I've found to get it into neutral is to pull both paddles at the same time, drops to neutral. See, if we put it in start-stop mode here, I'm gonna take it out of sport, put it in the auto start-stop economy mode. And when you are just cruising, if you kind of lift your foot off the gas a little bit and you're just kind of coasting, you'll see the RPMs will drop to basically an idle speed, which is around 800 RPM. So here, I'm gonna lift my foot off the gas a little bit, going down this downhill, and you can see the RPMs drop to 800 or so, and you're really just coasting in neutral at that point in order to save fuel. And then if you hit the gas slightly, they pop right back up, right back into the gear where you were, because that PDK transmission has 2 clutches, so it can engage 2 gears really at the same time. So it can effectively be in neutral and be in the gear that you were just in at the same time, which is really an impressive piece of technology. So again here, if I just lift off to coast a little bit, RPMs drop. And then if I needed to pass this guy or whatever, I could just hit the gas and then jump right back up. And in fact, it downshifted there because I got on the gas a little bit harder. Lift, and we're just coasting basically at idle RPM, trying to save gas. Now, of course, gas mileage is not why you buy a 911, but it's cool that it can do that and that it can get good gas mileage too. I've gotten 30 miles per gallon in this car on a road trip before, and that was without using the start-stop functionality because I almost never use that. So I can imagine next time I take a long road trip, I think I'll try using it and see if I could beat that 30 miles per gallon record. All right, so there was one more thing in that Rennlist thread that I wanted to test, and that was, it said that on the PDK cars, if you open the door while the car is still in gear, the emergency brake, or the parking brake here, will automatically engage. So let's see if that is actually true. I'm gonna just roll forward a little bit here. And I'm in gear. Parking brake is off. I will open the door and take my foot off the gas. Nope, we are definitely rolling forward. So that does not seem to be true. What else could it be? Maybe if my seatbelt is off? All right, so I got my seatbelt off now. Let's try it again. I'm gonna straighten out the car a little bit here so I don't hit the curb or something. Okay, so we got the fasten seatbelt thing on. Parking brake is off, in gear, open the door. Nope, we are still moving. It does tell me to move the parking lever to the position P for park. Let's see, does it automatically put it on when I'm in park? All right, so now I've got it in park, brake off, open the door. No, it just kind of goes in there. What if I shut the car off? Does it enable it then? It does not seem to automatically enable the parking brake in any of these situations. Yeah, parking brake's still off even after I restarted it. So, yeah, maybe it's if I'm moving and then I open the door. Let's try that. Okay, I'm gonna be driving along here, just coasting along a little bit, very subtly. Seatbelt off, coasting, open the door. It's telling me to move the parking lever to P, but it is not putting on the parking brake, and you can see that we are clearly moving. All right, so that is definitely one of the things on the Rennlist thread that is also not correct. Yeah, it does not automatically put on the parking brake when you open the door. A couple people posted about that, but... All right, so today we tested some of the things about the PDK transmission that are in that Rennlist thread. And I've got to say, it was a little bit like that game, Two Truths and a Lie, because there was some accurate information in that thread, but a couple of things like pulling the up paddle to shift into neutral, not true. And also opening the door to engage the parking brake, not true. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Let me know in the comments.